realised after the Comic-Con video that I hadn't actually done an update for nearly a week. I'd basically done my Monday one, and I can't remember if I actually recorded Tuesday, but after that, being in Essex and everything, I just didn't, it was radio silence until I basically spat out a Comic-Con video. So I thought, you know what, there's lots of stuff that happened in that week, I can do a vlog about that. So here we are. I vowed that Tuesday night I was going to have a late night, and I was going to, make the most of the fact that I didn't have to get up in the morning, all of this. And that's pretty much what I did. I stayed up watching Life in Pieces with Claire on Amazon. I think I mentioned this before, but it's a family sitcom where there's just different couples. They're all one big extended family. There's the grandparents, there's their kids and their partners, and then their kids. And it's kind of like the setup of Modern Family, but it's a billion times better. If you haven't seen it, check it out. We binge that every time there's nothing else on, and we're just hooked on it. There's like a good 20 odd episodes a season. There's 4 seasons, plenty to watch, and it's just fantastic. It's proper high quality, and I really enjoy it. So that's what we did. And then Claire went to bed, and I stayed up a bit later, just watching other stuff and chilling out. And when I got up the next day, I basically slept in past lunch. I couldn't believe it. At that point, I wasn't too worried because I thought, right, I've had my sleep, I've had my big kind of wee, I've got a rest, I can, all guns blazing. Our plan was we were going to go out that afternoon. Claire's brother was visiting and we were going to go visit them. That's what we did. We went and had pizza at my mother-in-law's. They played games like Cluedo and whatnot while I kind of watched telly with my father-in-law. We just hung out, we all chilled out, had great fun. It's quite funny because Ben only sees them every sort of 4 or 5 months and he never remembers who they are at first. So he hides from them and he wouldn't go and sit near my brother-in-law, and then he saw a picture on the wall and he recognised him in the picture because I guess he sees it quite often, and then he recognised they were the same people, and suddenly everything was fine, which is really funny to see. We were just hanging out, had a few drinks. Well, we went there with Claire, drove us there, and then Claire drank wine and beer and I ended up having to drive back. So being the child I am, on the way back I stopped and bought myself some beer and caught up with Claire, which is a little bit childish, but I was kind of like, I'm on holiday, woo! So because of said beer, our plan was to get up on the Thursday and probably get up about 9 and be at my mum's by like 11, half 11, depending on traffic. We ended up arriving there about 1:30 because I overslept and was just really tired again. And yeah, we were really pleased to see him again. I've not seen my parents, well, I've not seen my dad in ages. I was thinking about it, and I probably only see him every 4 or 5 months. I know he watches the vlogs, we talk over text, we always catch up on how bad Spurs are and stuff like that. So I hadn't seen him in ages though, and it was really nice to see him. It was his birthday, so we brought his presents. Dad bought him some comics. He mentioned as he was opening them, even though he asked for them, he suddenly remembered he hadn't read the last ones I got him. So I'm basically doing to him what I do to myself. I've got a pile of shame to read through, and I basically contribute to his every time he has a birthday or a Christmas or whatever. So his pile of shame grew. Mine grew at Comic-Con, as you saw. He started reading through one of them. We caught up on a few bits and pieces. He was telling me he'd watched my video about my confidence and was saying, giving me advice on that, which was quite nice because it's funny. He waits till everyone's out of the room and then he just went, I watched your video about this. You're talking, and I was like, oh yeah, maybe, yeah. It was a little bit like I'd forgotten he might see that. I don't know what I was really thinking. I'm glad he said something, but it kind of caught me off guard. I'd mentioned that my whole plan, and this makes me sound like a right booze hound, my whole plan going down there was, we're going to eat all their food and drink all their drink and la la la. And I got there and Mum was like, I'm just not drinking anymore, really. Don't really fancy it. I think being retired and not having any kind of major, you could easily fall into the habit of drinking a bit here and a bit there. She just like, I'm just not going to drink anymore. I've stopped drinking. And I was just like, she said, well, I've got beer and wine still, you can have some. And I said, but it's not the same. If I'm just drinking while you're watching telly with a cup of tea, she enabled me, but she didn't in this instance. So I had a few, not as many as I'd kind of dreamt. I dreamt there'd be like a sea of never-ending wine and I would just drink. But because it was my dad's birthday, we had Chinese takeaway for dinner, which is the first time I've had one since I've given up meat. So that was very bizarre. Normally I get like some meaty udon noodle thing, and all sorts of ribs and chili chicken and all sorts of squid or whatever. This time it felt really bizarre getting like a chop suey and udon and no meat at all, and then freaking out when it had egg cooked through it that they hadn't announced was in there, and I thought it was chicken. My mum's like, I know you've given up meat, but it won't kill you if you accidentally eat it. Like, the intent is the issue, don't worry. And I'm like, no, it could be chicken. Somebody test it. Which was a massive overreaction. And she's right. I don't know why I reacted that badly. Like, other than the fact I want to keep my run going, I'm looking forward to getting to, like, I think I count it as January 20th, roughly January 16th, that I think I last ate meat. So I want to keep it going. I want to get there. So I was a little bit like worried at one point, but it was fine. That happened twice over the weekend. Again, it happened when I ate a cheese and onion roll that seemed suspiciously like a sausage roll. I freaked out, and she again was like, "It really doesn't matter if you accidentally eat meat; it will not kill you. You aren't some, you know, super duper vegan who will." And I was like, "Well, actually, part of me doesn't want to. I'm told if you eat meat after a long time of not eating it, it'll make you feel ill, and I didn't want to feel ill. But apparently, that's not true so much. At least not for as long as I've done it." We hung out, watched some stuff, chilled out. Watched telly. They're into all their kind of X Factor and Strictly and all of that. So it was basically reality TV, which is why the alcohol comes in useful, because I don't watch any of them, so I need the beer. I kept falling asleep, and I put a little message out on Twitter, not moaning exactly, not trying to be negative, but being like, I can't believe how much sleep I'm having. This is ridiculous. I kept dozing. We got there, I had lunch, fell asleep, woke up for dinner and drinks, fell asleep again, went to bed, got up the next day, and basically, I again, the pattern here, I'm a monster because Claire's the one who needs the rest, and I slept in till almost lunchtime every time. Luckily, my mum was getting up with the kids. I think that particular night, I couldn't sleep all night, which is part of the, probably because I've been sleeping all day, and I said to Claire, I'm really sorry, I was tossing and turning all night. Turns out I wasn't that awake as I thought, because Claire had been up all night being sick. She was very unwell, and I hadn't noticed, so I thought I hadn't slept all night, and I'd just been laying there wide awake, but it turns out she'd been waking me up, going back and forth, being sick. So, yeah. But she was okay the next day, bless her. We went out after we checked she was okay. We went out in the afternoon for a bit of shopping. It's her birthday in a couple of weeks. Oliver's birthday on Thursday, and so we went out in the hope we'd find some presents for both of them. We found absolutely nothing for Oliver, which started to make us worry. Claire got some bits, which is a relief for me, because normally she said, I don't know what I want, buy me something as a surprise. And I'm like, I don't know what I want, I don't know what Ollie wants, I don't know what she wants. So I panic. I find usually as we get to like the day before, I suddenly have a great idea and I go out and get it. It tends to be something like a spa day, or she wanted to get her teeth whitened a few years back, or she wants to go on some experience, and I'll just grab something like that, and she's like, oh, this is amazing, but it still stresses the hell out of me, as you know. So I was very relieved to know she's at least got half of her presents while we were out. We came back, normal sort of stuff again, just chilled out, ate and everything. My takeaway count for the week is through the roof. Like, I need to not eat any, and we're having one on Thursday for Ollie's birthday, so yeah, it was kind of too much too much food. I ate so much. My mum kept putting like a buffet out at lunchtime. We'd just be like, normally I'd have a sandwich or something small, and I was having this massive table of food, and I was just grabbing at everything. It was brilliant. Where are we? Friday. So Saturday, as you know, we went to Comic-Con, which was great. I mentioned at the end of the vlog we were going to go to Westfield to see what we could see and hope that we'd get Ollie some presents. He'd got his Gyarados at Comic-Con, which broke the night we got back from Comic-Con. Not completely, but the tail just snapped clean off of it. And Ollie wasn't doing anything untoward with it. He literally got it out of the box. He was swimming along with it, and the tail just dropped off. We were a bit miffed, but we can't really do anything. We bought it from a stall at Comic-Con, so which is a shame, because now I wish I had got it off Amazon, because I could have returned it. But we're going to glue it back on. It'll be fine. I thought he'd freak out, but he was absolutely happy with it. He was just like, oh dear, we'll glue it back on. Carried on swimming with it. That was great. But we went to Westfield, as I say, and I was determined to take Claire and the kids to Las Iguanas, where I'd gone last week at EGX, and I had this amazing meal where it was like this. It was a loaf of sour bread that had hollowed out and filled with this sweet potato, I think it was butternut squash and like curry type thing. It was all smushed with all sorts of nice spices and spinach and stuff and cheese, and it was just beautiful, and it really went into the bread. I don't know if I mentioned this before, I probably did, because it was so good. And I got there and the queue was really long. It took us about an hour to go from Stratford to Westfield, which is about 10 minutes away from each other. We got there, got out, it was really difficult getting across to everything, and it was only when we stopped to get the food we realised that everyone in there was a West Ham fan, and they'd just played Sheffield United at the Olympic Stadium, and they'd basically all come out just as we'd arrived, which is why all the roads were closed and it took an hour. So it was so rammed, and we were like, oh no. And I felt like we'd made a mistake going there, and the kids were getting a bit anxious. But we went to the Lego shop, Had a fantastic run around in there. Claire decided that the final thing she wants for her birthday is a Lego set she can sit and chill out and do, because she really likes it. She finds it really relaxing. So we were looking for her to get one, but she was really indecisive and didn't know what she wanted. She's going to do some research and figure it out. Any suggestions there would be welcome, because she just didn't know what to do. She's not into Friends, because I saw the big Friends set there. She did look at some of the Marvel ones, but I don't know, she just would like some ideas. She's into Harry Potter. I tried to convince her to get the train set one, but the Hogwarts Express, but she didn't want to spend that much at the time. We convinced Ollie to get some Lego, so that was like another one-off. He just like, slice that out, that's sorted. Then it occurred to me on the way back, or he pointed out, it was like, I've almost spent my birthday party money. And I think he wanted to play on it. He was like, I'm going to play this when I get back, because I bought this with my birthday party money. It's not a birthday present. And I was like, damn it, he's got me banged to rights there, because we'd agreed that if he chose Comic-Con as his birthday party, then the money we were going to spend on the party, which would have been quite a lot. I didn't tell him this, but we jokingly negotiated an amount he could spend, which was way lower than a party. And I was like, yes, saved a fortune there. And then when he reminded me, I was like, damn it, you caught me out, because I was just going to add it to his list and then give him the stuff. And he'd have been happy if he hadn't thought of it. So because I'd realised that on the way, I was saying to Claire, we need to get him a present, and I don't know what we're going to do. We spent a lot of faffing around, and I don't want him to over here, but we spent a lot of time faffing around. I was trying to decide between getting him, I kept looking for a small, like a cheap gaming laptop that he could play Spore on, because my Mac has updated to 64-bit processing, and it won't let me play 32-bit games. I don't know if anyone knows a way around that. It doesn't involve me installing Windows or faffing around with a virtual machine. That'd be great. But at the moment, all the games he loved on my laptop are now gone, and I'm mortified because I didn't know that was going to happen. And he's been really good about it, but I think that's because he hasn't fully understood that they're gone. So I was going to try and get him a cheap laptop so he could play those games, but for the budget he kind of had, which was sub £200, I kind of decided there wasn't any options. So in the end, we were quite lucky, because I was looking for Switches, the little Switch Lite, and on his list he'd put that he wanted Lego Jurassic Park, and I thought someone had bought it, and I was like, oh damn, there's a bundle in Smith's where you could buy them both for a really good price. So the cheapest price anywhere. Like, you can't buy the Switch for the price that they're selling it with a game. I think maybe it's a tenner difference, but it was great. So I went to get it, or I was like, right, we'll reserve it, and then it wasn't like you couldn't reserve it. You had to either order it and it would arrive the day after, or you had to chance it that the deal was still there today. And I was so nervous. I sent Claire the money. She rushed down this morning and got it, and it's all sorted. So he's sorted now for his birthday. He doesn't know yet, and that's going to be great, because he'll be well chuffed. He doesn't know he's getting that. I'd kind of convinced him it was too far out of range, but then when we were talking about it, I thought he hasn't spent anywhere near the budget. Again, it wasn't much he'd been given, but he'd spent maybe like 35-40 quid at Comic-Con, including the Lego. And you know, I thought if I take the rest of that, put it towards this with no party and all of this stuff, he can get this and he'll be blown away. So we got that for him. You know, I'm well excited to give him it. I'm thinking last year I filmed all the kind of unwrapping, and I'll film that this year. I want to see his reaction. If it's not a good reaction, it won't be in a video, and you'll see just it bumble along, and you'll know that the little monkey didn't give me the... Last year when he got Minecraft, he was like, oh my god. So I'm hoping it'll be that good, because it's really funny seeing him do that, because he doesn't particularly get blown away. He does and he doesn't. He doesn't obviously get blown away quite often, and so when he does, it's really cute. So I'm looking forward to sorting that out. But I feel like normally I'd have been doing a video today or tomorrow going, I don't know what to get him. It's all in, you know, a dramatic conundrum and blah, blah, blah. And for once it's sorted. I've got to convince Claire what Lego set to get, and that is basically it for both of their birthdays. I've only got to worry about Christmas for everyone then. But no, we had a really good few days there of just eating, drinking, buying toys for the birthdays, just relaxing. I do feel genuinely relaxed. You know, I got up at 6:45 this morning, a good maybe half an hour earlier than normal. Part of that was helped by the clocks going back. I was a bit embarrassed actually, because I got up and went in early just because I thought it's Monday, there's no parking, I want to get in early and get cracking at work. I've had a week off, I feel good. Got in and everyone assumed I'd just arrived an hour early by mistake because the clocks had gone back, and I genuinely hadn't. I was like, no, I came in early on purpose. And I told them, I mean, Ben and Oli kept waking up all night. Probably because their routine was messed up, but they both, like, Ben was up till 3:30. I mean, Ollie came in about 4 and slept in our bed. So I was kind of awake all night. But yeah, I went in all that and they were all just laughing at me and no one believed me. So I was like, damn it. But yeah, Sunday, going back a day, we had the kind of final day at my mum's. We went to a really nice. My dad volunteers at this park called Bellis Woods, I think it is. It's basically this big country park down in Essex, and it's like near a place called Aveley. And I went there when I was a kid. I just remember it being a woodland area, but we went through this amazing park they'd built, which had loads of musical instruments. It had these metal drums you could bang on, and this like thing you could. There's like a massive xylophone along a fence that you could ding on, and then they had this whole stage area set up with these metal xylophones and wooden ones, and I should, damn it, I don't think my mum filmed it actually. I think she took pictures, but there's a thing where you kind of all sat on it, and then you could like swing it by standing on it like that, and I was swinging the whole family on it, and we were all having a laugh. Ben was like got it all in a panic, and then absolutely loved it once it was going. He was climbing up this really high ladder that was freaking me out. I was standing underneath it ready to catch him, but he was just going up it like a rat up a drain pipe, and then off round and down a slide. And we were there for a good hour and a half, at least 2 hours, and it was just great fun. I kept thinking I should film a bit, and I was like, nah, I just want to enjoy it. It was nice. There was people there racing little boats around in the lake. We went and had a quick look. They were just bringing him in as we got there, but that was nice. But my dad, apparently, well, as far as I understand from talking to my mum, he goes and he helps out there, tidying it up, planting things, helping them keep things running nicely. It's weird actually, knowing he worked there, when something came apart, we noticed, and I stood there repairing it thinking, my dad will only have to do it next time he's here if I don't repair it. So Claire was laughing at me because I was trying to screw this thing together, and she was just like, why are you getting involved? Like, she tried to do it a bit as well, and then we got it working. We're like, yeah, we've contributed, But no, it's such a nice area. It deserves to be looked after. So if we go back ever, I'll film it because it is worth telling people about. Although we were there for like 45 minutes with no one really there, and then suddenly a massive crowd poured out. My mum was like, they must have all just come from church. I'm like, all right, mum. But she, it did fill up quite a lot around lunchtime, and yeah, it was just good fun. It was really nice. It was a really nice area, really quiet, which is mad when considering we were quite close to the M25. It reminds me of Ferry Meadows, which if you watch Kev's channel, you'd probably have seen that before. We go there quite often as a family, and I know his family go there quite a lot. It's just a big, massive green area near Peterborough. This is the similar sort of thing down there. But it's really nice. We had a great time. Very relaxing week. I feel really good from it. I feel like, I was going to say I slept a lot, I did. So I got a lot of energy from that. I had just a nice weekend with the family, saw everyone, had a bit of a blowout. It's just been really nice, and we all feel good. I'm going to check my notes quickly. I've been resisting the urge to look through and make sure I didn't miss anything out. I didn't, so that's cool. I actually remembered. I was really nervous that I'd forgotten days and so forth, but no, I managed to do it all. I don't know if that was eventful, really. It was a lot of sleeping, eating and shopping, but I just feel good. It's been really nice. I can't believe I've done 18 minutes about this. I'm sorry about that. But thank you for all the good feedback from the Comic-Con video. Sorry I didn't have a load more interactive clips for the rest of the week. But as I say, it was nice having downtime and not thinking about anything, and just, my only regret is that Claire didn't have to do very much either, to be fair. I was going to say I wanted to look after her, but she got the lions I got. She just felt a bit rough. I'm trying to convince her to have another week if she can, because she's still unwell now. She kind of went up and down. Like, on the video she was fine on Saturday, Sunday she was fine, and then today she's just really unwell again. And I was like, damn it. But I feel really good. The kids feel really good. She's recovering. It's nice. I feel positive that she's getting better. I'm just saying, I think that if she's not better by Thursday, she should have another, extended leave. I think she will. Excited about Ollie's birthday, and that is our lot, I think. It's Halloween as well, isn't it, on his birthday? But that's lots of cool stuff to look forward to. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm going to stop talking because I've talked for long enough. I hope you're all well. Let me know how your weekend went. Let me know what you've been up to. Let me know if there's any ongoing bits that we've been talking about that need, have an update to them, because I'm always interested in that. And yeah, thanks very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Subscribe, like, comment, and yeah, see you later.